My baby looking too good, yeah, she perfect. No, she worth it. When she pull up, all them man, them flirting. And yeah, she know that she a dime. Call up on my line. Told her, baby, bring it one time. Yeah. Just sit down and relax.
Yo, what's really good though? It's your girl YezziYezzir. You are locked in for another banging episode, if I may say so myself, of Hey Sis UK. What's really good? The best and the most honest podcast going out right now, straight from the United Kingdom. If you don't know now, you know. You can access everything that we're doing, whether it be the full-on visual episodes on YouTube, or if you're more of an audio type of person, you know, a little, worker babe, office babe, then you can listen to us sonically over on Spotify. It's Hey Sis UK. Before we go any further, I got to let you know one thing. Shout out to my sisters and my brothers of our Hey Sis Fam that are doing what needs to be done. We've accumulated over 30,000 of you. Yes, in this big family, 30,000 of you are rocking with us and we rock with you as well. So big thank you for that one. Our next milestone after smashing 10,000 followers on Instagram is 20,000 followers. Listen, the God I serve, the God we serve, 20,000, what's 20,000? That's nothing. It's not too big, and we're definitely going to do that. Right now, Hey Sis is building a team, bigger, stronger, better than ever. And the only way we're going to do that is by giving people fair pay. Now, you know me, what's fair is fair and it's got to be done. But I'm going to need your help. So right now on GoFundMe, on Hey Sis UK, help us build our team. You can give us a donation, and trust me, no donation is too big or too small. So go ahead, I'll put the link in the description box. And before you know it, probably in the new year, we're going to be giving you bigger and better shows, more events in person so we can all connect, meet each other, and actually platform a few people that I know you're going to want to hear from. But without further ado, listen, when I tell you the Instagram of Hey Sis UK, yeah, it's crazy. And I mean it in a good way, in a sense of there are so many situations we're going through and so many that we can talk about anonymously as well on the show to help us get through it. And when I tell you we are going through it, we are going through it. Before we lock in and you get yourself a cuppa, if you haven't, get yourself a Hey Sis mug, description down in the box below to get yourself one. So when you're watching the episodes, you can sip along with me and whatever guests we've got on the show. Make sure you're following us on Instagram, everywhere, YouTube, you better subscribe, TikTok, I'm going to put all the socials down below. Now, I told you to go and get a cuppa, right? Let me take my sip. Listen, like I said, if you have a dilemma, something that you're going through, and you want a bit of clarification on how to go through it, you can send us a DM on HeySis_UK on Instagram, or you can email YezziYezzir@gmail.com. And like I said, anonymous. No one will know. Any information you don't want mentioned, you can specify that, or just leave it out as a whole so there's no mistakes made. But sis, bro, if you're listening in, let's get into this dilemma. Hey sis, I hate how my boyfriend loves his mum publicly, but hates her privately. I've known my boyfriend since sixth form college, and we've only dated for 3 years. We're both 25, and for his 25th birthday, he said he wanted to do a party, and I helped him plan it. We are part of a friendship group, and my girlfriends told me he had a surprise for a special person. At this point, I thought he was going to pop the question. Everyone was wearing black, and he insisted we wear white. It's giving wedding vibes, no? I mean, it is giving wedding vibes. He told the DJ to stop the music because he had a speech to make for a special person. My friends put their phones on me with the flash on to record the moment. He said that he wanted to thank the woman who made him the man he is today, and he called his mum to the front of the crowd. As he was doing his speech, he started crying, and my jaw dropped. I didn't recognize this man. His mum even said she was 50-50 on whether she would be able to come to the party because her friend's birthday was on the same day. I was fuming. He always bangs on about how his mum was absent as a parent and calls her the B word all the time. I felt sorry for him. I taught him how to drive in my car, helped him study for all of our exams in uni, and got him his first graduate job. Yet I was not worth a minor shout out for his birthday. a party I did majority of the planning for. To add to my pain, he then told everyone to go outside where he bought his mum a BMW. I cried in the toilets because my birthday was weeks prior and all he got me were a pair of Nike Dunk trainers and a spa day from Groupon. Oh. I asked my boyfriend how he was able to afford to buy his mum a car and he said he got it on finance. I'm so annoyed because if I didn't get him that job, he wouldn't be able to even get her that gift. My best friend said he doesn't rate me. And I'm starting to believe her. What should I do? There's too much going on. I've done banged the mic and everything. Now there's too much going on. Let me take a sip. There's too much going on. Let's unpack this bit by bit. You're not even girlfriend, you're even a wife with no title. I say this to say, you taught him how to drive in your car, helped him study for his exams. You're doing up driving teacher, tutor, and then you said you got the first graduate job. You were his recruiter as well. These are free job roles that are definitely over 100k in the UK. But let me come back in. I would definitely, first and foremost, it's not even the fact of you got your mum the BMW. Whatever you want to get your mum is your business. But I do feel like you need to highlight to him that at the age of 25, it's unacceptable to get you trainers as a present. And I think a lot of people and some men need to be reminded what a romantic gift is and which gift is appropriate for what type of person. So for example, if you're getting a gift for the person that you are romantically involved in, you should try and align yourself with gifts that are more of the romance inclined type of gift giving. So for a woman aged 25 years old, for him to say, yeah, for your 25th birthday, here's a pair of trainers, Nike Dunk trainers, whatever you call them, depending on what type of baby you are, maybe he thought that you're into trainers, that's why he thought it was appropriate. But from the sounds of it, you're not a trainer enthusiast. It's not something you would be able to resell from the sounds of it. So I would definitely highlight the fact of, first of all, you don't like the gift he got you. Because if you start comparing your gift with the gift he got for his mum, he's going to shut down. He's not even going to register what you got to say because now he just thinks you're speaking from a jealous place. Because had he done the party, had he never given a speech, had he never given his mum a car, were you happy with the gift he got you? Because for you to mention it, you've never been happy since the day he gave it to you. So when you go into this conversation with him, and be calm. Because when you are talking to certain people in relationships, if you're talking to your guy, the first thing someone likes to say when they want to shut you down in the conversation is to say you're angry, you're being irrational. And instead of addressing the topic at hand, they just want to keep throwing at you, you need to calm down, you need to calm down. So sis, as I'm talking to you right now, my voice is calm. You too, your voice should be calm. Sit him down and say, listen, it was my 25th birthday. I don't want to seem ungrateful, but for our relationship, if we're looking to move forward, I think it's good for you to get to know the type of person I am. I don't think it was appropriate you getting me, a 25-year-old woman, a pair of trainers. If you were to get it for a child, of course they'll be happy. I mean, their allowance couldn't get them that. They'd have to save up for a couple of weeks. And also, as you're saying this, make sure you're saying, okay, babe, if you're a guy trying to gift your woman who is over the age of 25 upwards, yeah? If you're dating a woman 25 years and upwards, do not think getting her trainers as a gift is romantic. You need to get something that's romantically inclined, yeah? So when you're saying this to him, say, oh, I would like a holiday. I would like jewelry. I would like a certain perfume. I would like, I don't know, these shoes. These heels I've had my eye on, really like them. This handbag. The things that you like in your own feminine prowess, say it. Don't think he's going to know that you've had your eye on this certain perfume with a certain accents and this handbag, this clutch, this tote bag, whatever. He's not going to know. He might not even know that in these heels you're a certain size when it comes to this label or designer, whatever. You get where I'm going with this. Now, after you've tabled, you got to space this out. That's why I say you need a high level of patience when you want to get your point across. Because when you're talking to certain men, their goal is to shut you down. Majority of them, they don't want to talk about what you want to talk about. If they know they've messed up, they don't want it addressed. That's why I say you got to space this out, sis, and move small with it. First, table your situation. Your issue is the fact that you don't want the trainers, you don't want the spa day from Groupon. And it makes me want to ask this. Why would your man think it's acceptable to gift you for your 25th birthday a spa day from Groupon? And then I want to know, why do you know it's from Groupon? Because you really could have got a gift, a decent gift, let's just say this, a decent spa day. He could have got it from Groupon and you would never know. You'll be none the wiser. So did he make sure you knew that was from Groupon? Did he come to the front desk and just be like, bam, here's my voucher? It's giving a bit of an ick. It's a slight ick. I'm not going to lie. Because you could really do Groupon. Hear me out. You could do Groupon, but they don't need to know you used Groupon. So it's like there was no effort in him even trying to hide the fact that he did that. Because everybody knows, okay, you might get a good deal on Groupon, but when you use Groupon, it just feels like there wasn't a real effort, you know? And you can act like you don't feel the same way, but you know you feel the same way. There's a certain level of effort you haven't put into it when you're using Groupon. I'm just saying it. And don't get on to me, all the money savvy people that will say, well, there's nothing wrong with saving money. Okay. But there's a way you go about it. It's like the people that are at dinner and they get the bill and they argue about the bill on the date. It lacks decorum. You might have an issue with the bill and you be like, oh, you know what? I'm going to circle back. You pick up the bill. You go over to where you need to go to if there's been a genuine mistake. But going back and forth with the waiter at the dinner table and it's not even your girl. It's a babe that you're dating, you're toasting the babe, and you're going back and forth with the bill, with the waiter. It's giving ick. Decorum. There's a way you execute certain things without being taken advantage of. I'll say that. Because I'm sure everyone's been in a situation where someone's tried to slide a little something in the bill or they promised to take something off, they didn't take it off. By all means, state your claim. But there's a way you do it in front of the babe. Now, my good sis from the dilemma, let's circle back. You tell him that, listen, I don't want to be gifted trainers. I can buy my own trainers. Thank you very much. Or if you want to gift me trainers, gift it in a nonchalant manner. Like, we're just going through our local shopping centre. I look through the window. I see something I like. Cop it then. If you want to flex trainers, cop it like it's nothing. Don't wait all the way till it's a milestone birthday to gift trainers. I mean, unless they're the type that the resale value is through the roof, why are we gifting women 25 and over trainers? It's weird. It's weird. For milestone birthdays anyway, it's weird. Do it on a casual tip. Talk about your issue, the trainers, the spa day, and then don't mention what he did for his mom. I know it's biting your soul. I know you want to say, oh, I thought you hated her. Why did you give her a car? Why did you get so emotional with the speech? But I'll tell you why. Sometimes if you're complaining about something, and we have people like this, yeah, might be friendship groups, might be at work. Some people like to have a common ground with you. So if you're complaining about somebody, they feel the need to join you in complaining with them. So he might feel like, oh, you know what? You're talking about my mum, I'm talking about my mum, and you're probably egging him on and he's doing all this. Deep down, he loves his mum. Deep down, he's always wanted the love of his mother. Hence why he's doing up speech and gifting cars, because he wants to earn his mum's love. That's a separate issue. He's going to keep having to campaign for his mum's love until he realizes that he's past that stage. You're a 25-year-old man. trying to campaign for the love of your mother in the way you want to be loved is not always practical. There might be a way that she loves him that he might not actually like, but I'm sure she's got love for him. But you see, the way he wants to be loved by his mum, he's not gonna get it. And hopefully, I would like to say sooner rather than later, but it's looking like the latter. He will come to terms with that. Hey, I see you watching. I see you sipping on your tea. But you haven't liked, you haven't subscribed, and I know your bougie self hasn't dropped a comment. So make sure you do that because we are really getting into this dilemma. I'm going to give you a second. Yeah, that's enough time. Let's get back to the episode. Girl, you do not want to open up that kind of worms when it comes to men wanting to be loved by their mums. I will save that for another episode. But I'm sorry to say this. There's a line that every woman has heard. And when you hear that line, that's when you realize to yourself, okay, I've got some learning to do. I've got some growing up to do. When a man tells you, but I never asked you to though, please take that line seriously and move on with your life. I'm not saying leave the guy, but move on and focus on Project You. Project You is the best investment you ever make in your life. You're investing in a man. There is no guarantee. Okay, there is no guarantee on the return of that investment, but you're investing. Now, we're gonna make it. We're gonna make it out of it. I implore you to invest in you and you alone. Trust me, investing in you will bring and attract the type of man that's the best for you. Don't invest in this guy thinking he's gonna invest in you. There's no guarantee. And if you have that happy ending story, then fantastic. But majority of people doesn't end like that. When you are teaching this guy how to drive, you are helping him with all his exams, you are there getting him his first graduate job. Do you think doing all those things is going to guarantee he'll return the favor? I mean, if he could, he would be doing the same for you. You wouldn't be complaining about that. And that's why I say that the worst thing you can do is when you start listing for a man, I did this for you, I did that for you. And the first thing he's going to say is, but I never asked you to though. And the fact of the matter is, it's true. He never asked you. But naturally, we have this innate feeling of wanting to build someone, wanting to do the fixer-upper project. Oh, and the kicker of saying, you know what? I see potential in you. Potential will leave you with many a tears on your pillow, please. Potential will have your chest tight. Imagine we started dating what we saw in front of us. Imagine we listened to our discernment. We need to stop this whole fixer-upper, I see the potential, let me build this person. As soon as somebody says, I did not ask you to, don't even be angry with them, because sometimes we need a reminder of, you see, that's why you should focus on you. And you're just lucky. I don't know where you are in your life right now. I'm hoping you're in a great place. You have a graduate job as well. You've got a car yourself. You've mentioned that. But with this type of man, and I'm going to be straight with you, sis, his focus is in the wrong places. So he's 25, pivotal milestone age. He's been dating you for X amount of years. The focus should be on you two growing together and building what you have. The fact that he is very focused in investing in campaigning, because that's what's coming across right now. Because what happens when you see politicians trying to bid for votes? They campaign, they'll kiss babies, shake hands, visit places they normally wouldn't visit because they're trying to gain something. Buying someone a car, not even outrightly, but buying a car on finance for his mum, meaning that now I don't know what kind of deal he got, high purchase, PCP, whatever the names are. He's now signed up to paying a car payment for X amount of years for somebody. There might be other costs involved, I don't know. But that's now a portion of his focus dedicated to her. It's not dedicated to you. So since you've been dating this person, let me even check actually, so we can get this time scale together. You said that you've been dating for 3 years. Cool. I want you to be at home. I don't know if you're listening to this or you're watching this, sis. For the 3 years you guys have been dating, what can you say he's done to invest in you? for the betterment of the relationship or just for yourself as an individual? Because from what I can see, you've done quite a few investments in his mobility for him to drive, in his education, now his career with a graduate job. If he is investing in you at an equal amount as you are investing in him, then by all means, sis, take it easy. Don't make a big deal out of this. But if you know he has not invested in you, this is a man, he's 25. We can add young man for the sake of the conversation, but he is a man within his own right. If he has not invested in you as much as you have invested in him, I think there's a more serious conversation to be had. And you need to vocalize that and say, you know what, I've put a lot of effort into this relationship. Yeah, he might hit you with the rebound of, but I didn't ask you to. That's fine. And say, okay, well, moving forward, I would like you to make an effort with me, or more of an effort in this relationship, and just assess it, see how it's going. You're a young lady, okay? You're doing up wife duties and you're still on girlfriend salary, so just take it easy. If you see a change in him, fantastic. If you don't, dating. You hear that word, dating? It's a beautiful thing. Go ahead and date. You're not married. See what else is out there. You've done a lot. I'm sure one day he'll be giving a speech about you, about the woman that made me the man I am today. And sometimes you got to be a bit stern with people, because some men fear losing something that they later on realize the value of. So if someone doesn't want to recognize your value, then you got to let them know, because it's the same thing with work. If your employer doesn't want to recognize how useful you are and how much of an asset you are to the company, what would you do naturally? In your next appraisal, you'll be saying, hey, do you know how useful I am and how much of an asset I am to this company? And sometimes people do know, but they won't give you the credit until you say, listen, credit is due. Because it's human nature. It's a dog-eat-dog world. I'm going to keep taking advantage of you until you say I can't. And sometimes that's the case in relationships, sis. I'm sorry to say. People will keep taking advantage of you until you say, hey, I'm going to need something out of this as well. Because in most things in life, if you refuse to be useful, that means you rather be useless. And if someone wants to be useless to you, then they are of no use to you. And some people will say, yo, that's mad. Like, that's crazy. You can't go throughout this life building relationships based on usefulness. But even from infancy, you will have a friendship with someone based on how useful they are. Maybe they are very useful in lifting up your spirits. They're funny. They're outgoing. They're spontaneous. You have the same interests. You are using someone to a degree. So let's not act like all relationships in life are not on the basis of how useful that person is to you. That's why we outgrow people. Why? Because they no longer serve a purpose. We're all here to serve one another. When someone wants to go out of the way and say, yo, I don't want to serve you in the capacity you know me to serve you, and then it's like, okay, new seasons, times and seasons change. We keep moving. But sis, I'm just hurt at the fact that you've gone as far as crying. Your friends are having to tell you things, and I would not encourage you to just go off the basis of friends and their advice, or even my advice. This is just sis talking to sis. But I will say that at the end of the day, you know how you feel in your heart. Your discernment will let you know that, is this the guy for me? Does he appreciate me? Is the love mutual? And I think as women, we really need to be comfortable in saying how we want to be loved, because sometimes our first instinct is to say, oh yeah, you don't love me. And then the response will be, no, I do love you. Hold up now. You don't love me in the way I need to be loved. Because everybody has their own definition of love. Everybody has their own capacity as to how they can love somebody. But can you love me the way I need to be loved for me to be the best person I can be? That's a conversation that needs to be had. And if someone's not willing to have that conversation, then maybe they're not for you. Because even if you don't know how you want to be loved right now, you know how someone brings out the best in you. You just know it's a feeling. You can see it in yourself. People say, hey, you got a glow. You've changed for the better. But with that one, sis, I wish you luck, man. Definitely have the conversation. don't even bother bringing up his mum. This man is someone that still has some mommy issues he needs to iron out and get through first and foremost. But without further ado, I want to wish you all the best of luck, sis. Guys, you have been listening to another banging episode of Hey Sis. My final takeaway is, when it comes to proposals as well, never assume when you're going to be proposed to. When it happens, it happens. Don't ask as well. We don't cry, we don't beg, okay? Cute girls don't do that. In regards to how you feel and wanting to be treated well, state that all the time, unapologetically. And if someone's tired of hearing it, it means they're not doing it. And if they're not doing it, keep it moving. Especially when you are young. What are you playing at? Go travel the world, date, take a break, have time to yourself, discover yourself, travel the world. But without further ado, you have been listening or watching to another banging episode of Hey Sis. Make sure you like, subscribe. If you've got a dilemma of your own, send us an Instagram DM, email YezziYezzir@gmail.com. It's all going to be down below there. Make sure you donate to our GoFundMe. We're trying to build a team. If you want anything else, description down below. We have such big plans in the new year, and we will be announcing them towards the end of this year. There's so much going on with Hey Sis. But remember, there's only one place to watch the most honest, realist podcast, Hey Sis UK, and that's right here. Make sure you stay blessed. Bye.
I undress and he blows success. Lay down as you decompress. Come mind and forget the stress. Got the 9 to 5 cause he tryna change his life. He can't help it but to show his bad side. So for me Jesse when he want that good ride. Follow my stride, you know you want a good time. Pick any card, I know it won't decline. He know how to please me, never tease me. Keep me in Givenchy, laced in Gucci. Quick take the keys and drive to Chelsea. Eat a Scalini, order linguine. He ordered the chateau, we got it to go.